if somebody owns an AI generated NFT, I think they need to be aware of the fact that there's a decent to good chance that the intellectual property rights in the art that's linked to that NFT do not exist. If it's purely machine generated, there's a very good chance that it's not protectable. At the same time, there are scenarios in which an AI tool can be used to help, and the underlying artwork and features, selection, arrangement, all the copyrighted elements, do constitute copyrighted works. And there's probably more of a range of protectability than has come out so far. And I think some of the early examples pointed to art that is purely machine generated. In fact, some of the artists, that's the entire point, is they have a relationship with the machine and they're trying to cultivate the machine's credibility. Some particularly clever artists will play a version of four-dimensional chess and dedicate to the community through CC0 licenses the right to use that content freely. On the other hand, if there's some questionable copyright status, could make licenses potentially less valuable. Some NFTs are tied to the grants of commercial rights and other very, very interesting licensing models. Those are premised upon the art being protectable in the first place. There are definitely some collections where, they are a series of works, but there is a hell of a lot of original expression in all of them, and they're very protectable. On the other hand, I think some nascent projects that maybe haven't had, the lawyers involved, or maybe haven't been as focused on these issues and sort of clumped together various aspects of Web3 may find, they're selling commercial rights that may or may not exist because they're not protectable. That said, if there's one thing Web3 knows how to do, it's be creative and innovative with IP rights. And, I'm sure we'll see additional licensing models. In fact, we're working on a few where protectability of machine art is not necessarily the fulcrum on which the value of the project exists. In fact, we're seeing even more of an emphasis on community and utility and so forth, which is not as, I'd say, IP dependent.